Hey everybody, I'm still at a higher level of immaturity, and hopefully I haven't reverted back in any ways to being childish again. But I thought, with all the talk about sexual harassment and all the people going down the tubes due to their involvement in this epidemic, I guess, of people coming forward and admitting or saying that they were harassed, I thought I would throw another potential problem or issue in the works, and that's sexual seduction. There was this one actress who claimed that she had sex with Weinstein so that it wouldn't be called rape. I don't know if it's true or not, but the idea, of course, is well, maybe you had sex with him to guarantee you got the part. And maybe you're the one who approached him. I could see where he became more bold in asking or insinuating that women had to sleep with him for them to get their part in the movie, because of potentially women seducing him. I'm not saying what he did is right at all, and I'm not saying sexual seduction is greater than or worse than sexual harassment. I'm just saying that it exists as well. And it is another area of moral decay. Another way that people are willing to wrongly use things that they have power over. So, a husband that is makes his wife feel like it's that he's the only person that cares about her or loves her, so she feels trapped, and so he abuses her. That could be considered sexual seduction. Of course, men use women, and I especially saw that back in my younger days, and I'll say like in high school. It was very seldom that you saw a man groveling to a woman, but you saw women who tried to attack their man, but then afterwards went back and started apologizing and groveling for them to take them back. Maybe that's not quite sexual seduction. However, it is a way of manipulating a person in making them feel less about themselves. Now, we know that women have used sexual seduction. It's documented at times. In fact, even in the Bible, women learned how to use their powers over men. And clearly, men in a lot of respects are weak, especially in that area. And I think I can put myself in that category as well. Not to say that I'm a victim. I mean, I a lot of the stuff that I've dealt or had to suffer in my life was of my own doing. So I'm not trying to change this picture around. And however, I am saying that women have power as well. I can also tell you that my grandmothers and my mother all showed the ability to control a situation with their husbands. So, but in their case, I would like to believe it was out of respect, which is the way a proper moral structure in a family is supposed to be. I also, well, let me say this. When you see an old man and a young, beautiful woman, and he's rich, you pretty much know what's going on there. She has seduced him. It's not unusual for women to gain a position in a company, in Congress, or not in Congress, we'll say, but in the government, using sexual seduction. Of course, on top of that, then there becomes blackmail as well. It seems that women are more apt to use that than men. However, I'm not saying it's exclusive. Sexual seduction is, although yes, it's a little different than sexual harassment. Sexual harassment is unwanted advances, unwanted. Sexual seduction is creating a situation where the opposite person wants to be approached, wants the advance, in the hopes of getting some satisfaction and really, I think, in a lot of ways, a feeling of importance. Makes them feel better about themselves because somebody is interested in them. And of course, they're not smart enough to know that they're being used. And it is their own fault for accepting the advancement, accepting the seduction. I would caution to say, though, that people are weak, and I don't believe it is all the one person's fault for accepting the advancement of the seducer. The person doing the seduction knows that what they're doing is wrong. It's a moral sin to manipulate people and take advantage of their weaknesses. In a morally stable society, you would understand that and would be cautious not to do something to lead them to believe that they're going to get something in return. So it is more of a two-way street than sexual harassment. However, it's still an issue. I mean, when you talk about a woman that kills her husband after years of abuse, actually what she did is wrong. It is against the law to kill another human being. Yet people will make exceptions to the rules because the woman was so so abused. The fact is she had other choices. She didn't make the right choice. But people will forgive her, which I'm not sure that I agree with, because that does not fall into the right framework for stability in the world, even not just in our country or in our neighborhood. Because if one person can get away with something like that and be forgiven without any consequences, I'm saying, that's not proper justice. So in the case of someone who's been seduced, I see that in a similar way. You can't expect a person to have, well, you can't expect them to be God. You can't expect them to be like Jesus, who, was perfect and could not be seduced. Well, let's put it this way, he did not allow it to, he did not allow seduction to make him, or to have him make a wrong decision. When Satan seduced him, he made the right decisions anyway. We're not as powerful as God, and so that's why we have to forgive. However, there does have to be a clear message sent if, in the case of seduction, if you have seduced someone, you're in the wrong as well. And the person who was seduced, whatever they did that was wrong, still needs to be punished. In fact, women have seduced husbands into killing their wives. I was just seeing an advertisement for a TV series on a murder that happened some years ago. So we need to realize that sexual seduction is also out there. It's not all that just men of power are, demanding that women have sex with them if they want to advance their careers. It's also women out there suggesting that if the man does what they want, they will reward him with what he wants. I'd caution any of you to think otherwise than what I've just explained. So, till next time, have a good day.